Good morning and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I love getting your day started off on the right foot. And to help with that, I use an inspiring quote. And today's is so important from William James, who said, "Act as if what you do makes a difference." It does. It really does. When you stop and think about it, wow, what you do impacts a lot of people. Now, you can choose to see that from either perspective that you want to, because some people would say, everything I do makes an impact on somebody else, so I really feel like I'm under pressure. I've got to do all the right things. Other people are like, hey, what I do is touching a lot of people, so I want to make sure that it's all good. And it's not a pressure thing, it's an opportunity thing. You know what I mean? Because you can approach any day that way. Like right now, which attitude, which mindset are you in? Oh, I've got to do this thing. It's another day. I got to do the same old thing. Or are you, hey, I get another shot at this. I didn't really do as well as I could have yesterday. I feel like there's some things I could have improved on, so I get a chance to do that today. I get an opportunity to do it all over. Wow, when you approach life with that perspective, it really changes things. That way you just keep getting better and better. Now, do you feel it all the time? No, you don't feel it all the time. Some days you're like, I just want to crawl back into bed. I don't want to be awake right now. Please, I'm just going to call in. I need a mental health day. I've been there before. But somehow you find the drive to just go ahead and get ready and trudge through. And before you know it, well, somebody who has a smiling face, somebody who compliments you, somebody who reminds you that, hey, it's not so bad after all. So, hey, can you be that person that reminds others, hey, it's not so bad after all? Come on, let's do this. I'm in it with you. Because let me tell you, there's strength in numbers. When we feel like we're a part of something bigger, it helps us to keep moving forward. So we are a part of something bigger. We are the body of Christ, and we are doing good in this world. Now, you ready to take on the day? Yeah, me too. Thanks for hanging out with me. All right, hey, I want to hear from you this morning. So however you're listening to me, whether it's on the podcast or on the FM broadcast or on the stream, would you text me? It's 256-967-0885. Let me know your name, where you're listening from, maybe something big God has done in your life lately. Or maybe, I don't know, tell me your favorite song so I can play it for you here on the radio. I'd love to do that. Again, that number, 256-967-0885. All right, I feel like today is going to be a good day. Don't just take my word for it. Here's Forrest Frank to sing about it.
Okay. I'm about to have a good day, no matter what they say.
Just heard from Amanda. I think she's somewhere between Swearingen and Albertville right now on her commute, but she wanted to hear a song. Micah Tyler and Emerson Day and people like us. Did you know Micah Tyler is going to be in Scottsboro? Yeah, at Agape Baptist Church coming up on September 26th. Ooh, a concert.
If you fell on some hard times, if your long days turn to long nights, if you're drowning on the inside with every beat of your heart.
Okay, this is just one of those little moments that happens throughout the day. All of a sudden, it's like your anger just ramps up. Maybe somebody cuts you off in traffic. It's like, come on, I wasn't doing anything wrong. What's your deal? You didn't even give me a blinker. You just cut me off like that. What happens to you? You know what happens to me? Yeah, I start getting a little red in the face and the neck area. My ears start getting kind of hot. And then I start smashing on that horn. It's like, are you kidding me? No salutes of any kind, no hand gestures, nothing like that. I've been able to stay away from that kind of anger. But it's real easy to fall into that whole idea of getting just irate at the person in front of you. Because, I mean, come on. Could you not respect me enough to give me a blinker? Really? You had to cut me off like that? Yeah. Ever happened to you? Mm-hmm. It's a little test of your character, isn't it? Yeah. Lots of times what happens is you find out who you really are when the pressure is applied. Yeah, and it doesn't feel good, that little test. But you know what? It's important because, like I said, you get to know a little bit more about yourself. How are you going to react or respond in any given situation, right? And maybe you found yourself getting irate like that before, and you're like, I've really got to work on that because I can't be saying, hey, I love Jesus, and all of a sudden you see me just wanting to tear somebody's head off. You know what I mean? So working on that, you start listening to the leading of the Holy Spirit. You start being a little more sensitive in those moments, and then, well, you take his advice because he knows best, right? Well, I came across a story like that. Now, this guy was in the airport, and clearly somebody else bumped into him, but he took it as an opportunity to follow that leading we were just talking about, to have a little patience and to try to work through the situation. And he's so glad that he did. I think it's going to encourage you today to do the same thing. Here, take a listen to this.
I just landed at the airport here back home in Florida, but I had one of the most incredible things happen to me when I was connecting through Salt Lake City. So I was walking through the airport, and there was a guy walking towards me, big guy. I'm 5'9", this dude was like 6'5", and he was looking at his phone, and I kind of looked down, and as I looked up, he just walked right into me. It was his fault. I was looking where I was going. He just kind of veered right into where I was going, and I said, oh man, I'm so sorry. And that's just like how I am, just like, I'm sorry. And he got real angry at me, and he goes, man, watch where you're going next time, dude. I was kind of taken aback by that because like he walked into me and I felt myself getting angry, and then I had this other feeling, and I can only describe it as having this overwhelming feeling of compassion. So instead of getting angry, I just said again, hey man, I'm sorry. And then I said, sir, are you okay? He looked even more annoyed, I guess, because in his mind, the dude that just walked into him is asking him if he's okay. And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. Why? What's your problem? And I said, I don't have a problem. I said, but like we walked into each other, and your level of anger just seems a lot more than somebody that got bumped into would have. And I'm just, are you okay? And he just looked at me and he started tearing up. Total stranger. And we walked over to the side and we started talking. And he was on his way to his brother's funeral because his brother overdosed and passed away. So we talked for like 15 minutes, and I totally understood why he was so stressed out and upset. And he just vented to me, a total stranger, about how he's tried to help his brother all these years, and how losing him, he just knew he was going to get this phone call, and he's trying to bring other family there. And he just vented to me for, like I said, 15, 20 minutes. And when we were done, I gave him a hug, and I asked him if it was okay if I prayed for him. And I meant later, but he goes, yeah, can we pray right now? And I put my hand on his shoulder, and we bowed our heads, and I prayed for him. I prayed for his family. And yeah, and then we said goodbye, and I learned a super valuable lesson. It was like this whisper in my ear was just, hey man, be compassionate to this guy. And I'm not always like that. I wish I was, but I'm glad I was this time. Maybe we need a little more of that. I need to be more like that. So yeah, I wanted to share this. So anyway, God bless you.
Wow. What an opportunity, right? Now, that would have been completely, passed by if he hadn't have been sensitive and listened to that little whisper, like, have compassion on this guy. If he hadn't have paid attention to that little nudge, hey, there's something different about this time. Let's try this. Here's what you need to do. And when you follow God's lead, you never know what kind of beautiful things are going to happen, but it is going to be beautiful. Yeah. So, hey, I hope that encourages you. I know it encourages me to stop and think about where I'm at in the moment and what I need to do. Follow that lead, and he'll never lead you astray. I can tell you that with certainty. Every time he's told me to do it, oh my goodness, it's just awesome. It's an amazing opportunity to follow God's lead, number one, because you know that you're following him. And number two, wow, you're doing that in front of somebody else. You're trying to help them. You're being the hands and feet of Jesus in that moment. It's a win-win, y'all. I'm just saying. So give it a try today. Hey, your word of life today comes to you from Psalm 68, verse 19, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Praise the Lord. Praise God, our Savior. For each day, He carries us in His arms. Wow. You know what I think about? I think of how a dad carries their kid in their arms. There's just something about that. I don't know. Wow. And isn't it amazing how getting that opportunity to be a parent kind of helps you to see God in a new light and how He loves us? Because if you could love your kid as much as you do, imagine how much He loves you, your Heavenly Father, loving you as His child. That does something to me. I don't know. But it's worth sharing with somebody. So why don't you share this word of life? Tell them what it means to you. It's a great way of sharing your faith. All right, we've got it ready for you across all of our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, or Twitter, and TikTok, and it's always right there at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. Speaking of our website, you can go there and click that On Now button to listen to us from wherever you happen to be. Right now, we've got some listeners all the way down in Palm Coast, Florida. Joel Mott is hanging out with us right now. It looks like we got some people just outside of Irondale down in Jefferson County. They're hanging out with us here on the stream. Plus, we've got Gunnersville, Alabama, and we can't forget our friends over in Helsinki, Finland. Also, I've been seeing Tennessee pop on, just a little southeast of Nashville. Thank you for being here. No matter how you're listening, you're the reason why we're here as a radio station in the first place. And did you know next month we are celebrating 29 years of being right here in North Alabama, reaching this community and this world with some really good news. And you're a part of that story. I think that's a pretty cool thing. So thank you so much for being here. All right, Unspoken, what he says about you. That's this song. You should turn it up because it's really good.
You had a light till somebody stole it. The words that they said cut you like a knife. They called you a name, you started to own it. You hear the echoes in the dead of night.
Ain't nothing sweeter than His love. Even donuts, they're not sweeter than His love, but donuts are very tasty. They're very sweet. And if some just happen to show up at your door unannounced, would you partake, or would you try to figure out, well, what's the mix up here? I didn't order donuts. Well, get ready for a story about that because it happened and what happened next. It's a pretty cool story. I'll just save it. So stick around and come back for the sweetness. Ooh, see what I did there? Here's Young and Free with Real Love.
You're pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart to the very end. Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. This is real love. This is real love.
It's so easy to get food delivered these days. DoorDash, Uber Eats, or all kinds of services. Hometown to Go, or wherever you live, there's a service that'll do that for you, right? But here's the deal. Sometimes the delivery ends up at the wrong location. That's where we find Becca. Yeah, you see, Becca noticed that there was a box of donuts just outside her door. She lives in an apartment complex, and she had not ordered any donuts from Duck Donuts, but there they were. And so she was in a conundrum. She's like, I love donuts. Should I reach out to see if maybe they're a neighbor's donuts? Am I morally obligated to do that? Because I really want to eat them. And so she reached out, actually put a little text out and said, there's a DoorDash from Duck Donuts at my door, delivered at 1:07 today. Nobody came to get it. Morally, can it be mine? And she was getting responses like, yes, it can. LOL. Eat it. It's been 2 hours. Legally yours now. So guess what happened? Yeah, the next picture that shows up in this post, a couple of donuts are missing. And then the next picture, a couple bites out of the third donut are missing. So, yeah, she updated everybody. She ate them. 4 hours later, she came home. She had a little errand to run, so she came home a little later on, and there was a Post-it note on her door saying, help, missing Duck Donuts. Downstairs in room 204. So she's like, I feel terrible now. Suddenly that sweetness turned to sourness. And she's like, oh, what am I going to do? I got to fess up to this. So she reached out to the guy, and she posted he was so nice and refused reimbursement or anything. He said it's totally fine. Congratulations on the baby. Oh, Becca had a baby, by the way. I am glad that they went to a good home and hope you enjoyed them. They were a surprise for my cousin, which is why we weren't expecting them. Thank you for letting us know, and please don't worry at all. But, Becca, she couldn't leave that alone. She's like, I've got to do something. She posted, I couldn't help but feel guilt that I can't resist unsupervised snacks, so I left this on their door. It was a little note. It said, hi guys, congratulations on your marriage. I'm so sorry I ate your donuts. Please enjoy dinner on us. With a gift card to Texas de Brazil. So this weird delivery just brought two neighbors together. How cool is that? I love little stories like this. So yeah, it was sweet all the way around, and I had to share it with you because there's plenty of bad news out there. We need to hear some good news. And as long as I keep finding it, I'll keep bringing it your way, okay? All right. Thank you so much for being here. I got your weather and your word of life coming up shortly, but hey, we need another song. I think maybe this song fits. It's Danny Gokey, and I Got You. Oh, did you know Danny's going to be in concert with Torrin Wells? Yeah, coming up September 5th at the BJCC. More about that on our website. Go check it out.
Where would I be if it wasn't for you? Lost in the dark, then you walked in the room. I came alive when you opened my eyes. I won't go back to the life.
Say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn! All right, now let's crank that engine and let's start that music so I can say, hey everybody, it's time to play the Car Line Competition. It's your chance to call in and win some gift cards if you know the answer to my trivia questions. A little fun to be had before school, where we don't just give you one gift card. Nope, we give you 3, 1 to keep and 2 to give away. Yep, they're to Albertville Home Bakery, the Caring Heart Thrift Store in Arab, and Gunnersville Chick-fil-A. You ready to play my game? Let's do this thing. The first question. What was the name of the gecko on the Disney movie Tangled? Was it Gaston, Pascal, Hey Hey, or Pumbaa? 256-505-0885. There's my caller. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this song, and I get your answer. It's Lauren Daigle, and be okay. Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Hi, how are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. This is my daughter, Grace, on her way to school. Hey, how are you liking 4th grade so far?
Pretty good, but there's a bunch of drama.
A drama? No. Well,
Yep.
you're going to be just fine. Stay away from the drama. You want to have some fun?
Yes.
All right,
I do.
let's do this. I got a question for you. Now, I know you know this movie, so you know this answer. On the movie Tangled, there's a gecko. What's the gecko's name? Is it Gaston, Pascal, Hey Hey, or Pumbaa?
Pascal.
Pascal is correct. Congratulations to you. You just won 3 gift cards. What do you think about that?
I'm happy.
You're happy? Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to send them your way so you can gift a couple of them to your friends?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me, which 2 friends we talking about?
The first one would be Grayson Parks.
Grayson Parks. What do you like about that guy?
He's fun.
Very cool. And now the second friend.
Rainberry.
Rain Berry. You know, she shouted you out like yesterday when she called in.
I do know. She
Yeah.
told me.
Very cool. What do you like about that Rain Berry?
She's bubbly. She's everything.
Oh,
She's everything. I love it.
I do too. I think that's awesome. Baby girl, thank you so much for calling me and for shouting out some people on the radio. Hey, I know how to get those gift cards to you, so I'll get them to you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Love you.
Me too.
Bye.
Bye.
Getting us kicked off this morning. This is my daughter, Grace, and having some fun. Now, she just gave the example. This is how it's done. You call in, and you answer the question and you win. And you get to share your gift cards with a couple of friends or just a couple of awesome people in your life. It could be teachers. It could be, I don't know, a doctor. It could be your mom, your dad. Doesn't matter. We're just sharing the love with some people. But the biggest takeaway for me is we all get to hear about who means a lot to you. And I think that is awesome. So let's do this thing. Here's your second question. What does the Scoville scale measure? Is it A, dog's longevity? Is it B, milk density? Is it C, the hotness of peppers? Or is it D, the advancement of society? 256-505-0885. My goodness, y'all are quick. There's my caller. Stay right there on the phone line with me while I start this song, and I'll get your answer. Here is Blessing Offer with Believe. 88.5 JFM, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's going on?
Not so much riding to school.
Riding to school. Are we happy about it or are we sad about it? You're like, nope, I want more summer.
In between.
I gotcha. What grade are we in this year?
First,
All right. What's your name?
Evelyn.
Evelyn Hodges.
Yes.
Very nice. Well, let's do this thing. You know how it's done. You played my game before. We're talking about the Scoville scale. What is measured on the Scoville scale? Is it dog's longevity, as in how long dogs live? Is it B, milk density? Is it C, the hotness of peppers? Or is it D, the advancement of society?
C.
C, the hotness of peppers?
Yes.
Yep, that's correct. Congratulations to you. 3 gift cards headed your way. How does that make you feel?
Happy.
It makes me pretty happy too. Hey, what's the hottest pepper you've ever eaten before? Maybe a jalapeno or a habanero?
I haven't ate any peppers before.
Really? Okay. Well, when you finally get brave, you might just have to put a tooth on one of those. But might I suggest having a glass of milk nearby because that can ease the pain a little bit. Better than water, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Probably don't want to start off with a ghost pepper or a Scotch bonnet pepper, something like that. It's a little too hot. You know, the Scoville scale goes up to the millions. We're talking about super hot peppers. But okay, so the questions I have for you now. Which 2 people are going to get a gift card from you?
My friend Abby and my friend Bailey Sue.
All right, tell me something special about each one of them.
Well, we've been friends for a while, and I guess I just like hearing pictures of my friends.
Okay, very cool. And how about that second friend?
The same.
The same. Okay, you got some amazing friends around you, and I think that's awesome. So I'm going to get these 3 gift cards headed your way, Evelyn Hodges. That sound good to you?
Yes.
All right, I can do it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And by the way, does your mom still have all the sloths around her classroom?
Yes, she has even more.
Even more sloths? I didn't think that could be possible. She got a lot of sloths. Okay, very cool. Y'all have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
The lowest pepper on the Scoville scale that I'm looking at right now is the bell pepper. It's got a Scoville scale of 0. But the hottest pepper is a Carolina Reaper at 1.4 to 2.2 million Scoville heat units. That's super hot. Oh, and by the way, we can't not talk about Peter Piper, because Peter Piper picked a pickle peppers. If Peter Piper picked a pickle peppers, how many pickle peppers did Peter Piper pick? Try saying that one. It's taken me years to get that fast. Anyway, that's the end of today's car line competition. You want to play? Well, come back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'll have your chance to win again. But coming up here at 8 o'clock, your chance to win a family 4-pack of water park passes to Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure down in Bessemer. We're talking about an amusement park and a water park all at the same place. And yes, you get to enjoy both of them on the same day. How cool is that? That's if you can riddle me this coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. So, kids, make sure your parents are playing the game so y'all can go, okay? Because I got something to give away. Again, that's this morning at 8 o'clock. Riddle me this. Listen for the cue to call and answer my riddle. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, and I hope to hear from you then. Now, that song that tried to play a second ago, Ryan Stevenson, one of my favorites, by the way, Just As You Are, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. It's a good song.
I've been wasting
way too much of my time living up in my mind, trying to do it all right.
Lots of times it's just seen as blind trust, and it's trust that is just proven time and time and time again between our kids and us as parents. Yeah, I came across this girl. Her name is Kendall, and she's got a little something to say about her dad and about how she just trusts him with everything. He's got it all figured out. I love the way she says it, though. So here, I want you to hear from her, and then I want us to discuss it a little bit. So here, take a listen to this.
Something that I've noticed is that I just assume that my dad can do absolutely anything. Like, I can have a 5,000 pound boulder in my backyard, and someone's like, you need to move that. I'd be like, I'll just wait till my dad gets home. I was thinking about the bins that I have upstairs with a bunch of clothes and everything in it, and I can't lift those to my car. And my dad can lift them to my car, but I don't even think twice about it. I'm just like, my dad can do it. And it's not even in a selfish way, like, he'll do it. Whatever, he'll do it. It's just like, I think that he's literally capable of anything. You know, anything happens, you just call your dad. And they have the answer to everything. That's how a dad should be. That's how my husband's gonna be. Come on, yeah! No, but seriously, they're supposed to know everything. And luckily, I have a smart dad, so he actually does know everything. But yeah, I was just thinking about that because I was thinking about moving my bins, and I was like, they're so heavy. Like, I hope my dad can do it. Like, he's gonna be fine because he's a dad. He can lift it. If I needed to pick up my car and move it, he can pick it up. Like, he can do it. He's capable. You know? Okay.
I love it. And what these kids don't understand is us parents, we don't have it all figured out. We really don't. We're learning as we go, but we try our best to do the best that we can. And that's really all we got to do, right? So I love sentiment like that. And I love the comments that showed up in her thread here. It said, Lucy said, my mom knows everything and my dad can do everything. Wow, that's awesome. Jeff says, there is no bigger compliment to a dad than this. It's what we live for. Oh man, that's amazing stuff right there. So I just had to talk about it with you. I don't know, maybe you got the same kind of attitude about your mom, about your dad. They can just handle it all. You feel safe with them. And for some people, it's like that safety blanket is gone and it's hard to live life without them. But my goodness, what a job they did setting you up for success. And maybe it wasn't a biological for you. Maybe it wasn't even a mom or a dad. Maybe it was an aunt or an uncle. Maybe it was a granddad or a grandma, a Mimi or a papa. I don't know who it was for you, but there was somebody that you relied on that was like your rock, right? They always had the answers. It's a good time to reminisce a little bit. Remember the good times that you had with them. And if they're still around, hey, reach out to them. Share a little extra love with them. Let's talk with them a little bit. Make some time. You'll be glad that you did, okay? All right. Now, I heard from Kevin Allen. He said he would love to hear a song by Ray Boltz. It's called The Anchor Holds. And thank you, sir, for reaching out to me. Here is your song. I love this song. It's so good.
I have journeyed through the long dark night.
It's absolutely beautiful out there right now. Tons of sunshine and blue sky. 66 degrees in Boaz. It's 67 right now in Arab. 69 in Huntsville. And guess what? Right here in Gunnersville, we just happen to be, oh yes, kissing that 70-degree mark. Finally reached it. But hey, it's not 80 yet. That's something to be thankful for. It's feeling fantastic out there. And I hope you're having a great morning so far. Ooh, fancy seeing you here. You know it's a weekday morning. It's 8 o'clock and it's during the summertime, which can only mean it is time for Riddle Me This. Yep, your opportunity to win a family 4-pack of tickets to Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure in Bessemer, Alabama. So are you ready to play my little game? Are you ready to riddle me this? I sure hope so, because here's your question. What has many teeth but cannot bite? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Waiting on your call right now. If you can riddle me this, you're winning a family 4-pack to Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure. That's right, an amusement park and a water park, all at the same place on the same day. Oh, and parking is free. And I've been there before. It's amazing. You're going to have so much fun. The roller coaster is awesome. So here it is again. What has many teeth but cannot bite? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. And while I wait on your call, how about I play you, well, just maybe one of the top songs in the nation. Actually, at last check, it was number 1. It's Torrin Wells and Take It All Back. Again, that number 256-505-0885.
Fears got me living with the lights out, chained down like a prisoner in my own house. Shame cycles like a deadly medication. I try, but I can't change my situation.
What a song, Torrin Wells, Take It All Back right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Okay, so I didn't have any guesses. I didn't have anybody try to riddle me this, so I've got to give you a hint now. Okay, so here we go. Here is your question one more time. I have many teeth, but cannot bite. What am I? And it all comes down to, well, usually you would use this thing in the mornings as you're getting ready to go off to work, or to school, or wherever it is that you go. Yeah, this is just one of those little things. It's often used. You don't really think much about it. It's just one of those things you got to do before you head out the door. Yeah, so it has something to do with the top half of your body. 256-505-0885. I have many teeth, but cannot bite. What am I? 256-505-0885. There we go. That hint got somebody inspired, and I captured that call. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this song, and I get your answer. Colton Dixon, All That Matters, right here, right now on the Lifeline. 88.5 JFM. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain. What's your name?
Jerry Willis.
Jerry Willis. All right, so what are you up to today?
I'm working a little. I just want to try to get a shot at answering the question there.
All right, well, I got it right here for you. Here's my riddle. I have many teeth, but I cannot bite. What am I?
Granddaddy Longlegs.
Ooh, you know what? They can bite. They just can't bite you because their mouth's too little. But hey, I got another opportunity for you. Now, this has to do with something that you do while you're getting ready, like to go to work in the mornings. It has many teeth, but it cannot bite. It's as you're getting ready. You want to look presentable, and you would use this to kind of make things just so-so. Some people have a bad hair day, but you wouldn't if you used this.
How about a brush or comb?
A comb is correct. Congratulations to you. That's right. Family 4-pack of tickets to Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure. I'll be mailing those out to you, man, so you can have some fun, take some people, and have a blast.
I'll tell you what, pass those on to the next one there.
Oh, so we're going to make it a family 8-pack. Cool. All right. I think it's the first time we've ever done that, man. I think that's amazing. So, Jerry, tell me, why do you listen to us?
It gets a good start of the morning. Enjoy your music.
And thank you so much for listening. It means a lot. All right. Have a great day.
All right. You too, man.
Thanks. Bye. You heard that right. We're going to, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, when we play this again, you're going to stand the chance of winning 8 water park passes to Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure down in Bessemer. This is getting close to the youth group level kind of stuff. 8 tickets to the water park. I think it's going to be amazing. Oh, it's not just the water park. It's also the amusement park too. So you get both parks in one. So tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Oh my, 8 gift cards, 8 water park passes. That's amazing stuff. So be here, okay? All right. Sound good? Stick around. We got some more great show lined up for you. Some stuff to talk about. Some things I think you're going to like. And you just never know what you might hear around here. So stick around, okay? Rhett Walker, Man on the Middle Cross. I got that for you right here, right now on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better.
I heard the preacher talking about 3 wooden crosses upon a hill for everyone to see.
Mr. Richard Udi reached out to me and was wondering if I could play him a song. It's one you've never heard here on the station before, and I think it's an amazing one. It's by Elevation Worship. It's called Yahweh, We Love You. And here it is. Here, I think you're going to love it too.
Does anybody in the room love Yahweh? We're gonna sing to him tonight.
Well, let's see here. I heard from one of our good friends, Wheezy. She said, hello, everyone. On the deck, taking a break after dog walking and kitchen cleanup. I have my cat on my lap, cat brush in hand, a cup of coffee, and my favorite radio station. So glad the cooler temps I sent your way have made it. And Dee Dee, thinking of you and praying for a successful surgery and recovery. Oh, it's good stuff right there. Wheezy, thank you for being part of this family. It's amazing always to hear from you. Thank you so much. All right, we got some more great music lined up for you, but you know we just heard from Wheezy, so that means we got to hear some Lauren Daigle. So what song we gonna play? How about let's do the one we don't play that often. Yeah, it's called Ego, and it's from her newest record, by the way. It's good stuff. So here you go, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better.
Stuck inside the game, all just trying to find a place for the stories we share, a picture perfect in every frame.
You know what we've been doing here at 8:30 just about every weekday morning for the past 10 weekdays is, well, we've been catching up with Danielle, who's been kind of doing a lyric study of that particular song. That's Who I Praise. And you know what? She had finished everything up with Gonna Love Like Jesus. Well, I thought she had finished it up, but then 13 hours ago, she decided to post another one. So, hey, I found it. I got it. I made it ready. And here it is. So let's take a listen to what she has to say about another one of those lyrics in that Brandon Lake song.
You don't need a platform to praise God. Let's talk about the line in the song that says, I want to dance like Miriam on the parted shores. This comes from Exodus 15. It says, Miriam, the prophet, Aaron's sister, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her with timbrels and dancing. Miriam sang to them, sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. Both horse and driver he is hurled into the sea. What I love about Miriam is she led the women in praise and in worship. And you don't need a stage to encourage people to worship God. You do it by living a life that follows Jesus, constantly pointing people back to him. Sharing your testimony, sharing all the ways that God has been faithful to you. You can do that for sure. You don't need a Sunday morning stage at church to be a worship leader, to encourage people to follow God, to thank him for all of the things that he has done, all the ways he has worked. You can do that.
Wow, I love it. Hey, you know what? I'm setting up an interview with Danielle. We should be able to talk with her here on the show very soon. I'll tell you more details as they become available. But I thought, hey, since she's talking about a lady praising God, I think maybe we should hear from a lady who's praising God. It's Tasha Layton with Chris Brown and Worship Through It right here, right now on the Lifeline Morning Show. It's just so good. Whenever I find these content creators, I try my best to kind of showcase them here, because there's some really good things that they're up to. And I'm so glad we were able to share Danielle's lyric study of that song.
This looks impossible, but you're the God of impossible. And I've seen your faithfulness all over my life.
A nap and a snack can go a long way in helping you to have a better day. Yeah, I'm going to tell you one life hack that has to deal with this that may take you by surprise. So stick around. We'll get into it shortly right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. But first, Hillsong Worship, Who You Say I Am, right here on the Lifeline on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better.
Who am I that the highest king would welcome me?
Okay, I want to know, what is your favorite food? Your favorite food of all time. Text me right now, 256-967-0885. Let me know. I want to know, what is your favorite food? I've got a reason for doing this. Play along with me, would you? 256-967-0885. 888-5. Your favorite food. Waiting to hear from you right now over on the text. Asking you about your favorite food for a reason. I got a little bit of a life hack coming up here for you, and it's something that's going to make you so happy. It really will. So stick around. We'll get into it. But you can text me, 256-967-0885. I don't know. It could be like shrimp fried rice. Well, that's what Richard Udy's is. Or it could be oxtail. We're talking about spicy oxtail with Scotch bonnet pepper. That's Kadeen Rice. She's from Jamaica, by the way. Some spicy food for her. So what is your favorite? 256-967-0885 is a number to text. Again, 256-967-0885. And coming up next, we'll talk a little bit about why I'm asking you about your favorite food. After Caleb and John, featuring Kane. It's Somebody Like Me, right here on the Lifeline.
I'm the child of a loving father. I'm a part of the family.
I don't think I could ever forget it. When I was going to Jacksonville State, I would show up at the Golden Dragon Chinese restaurant, and usually I was there with my now wife, Cassie, and we'd be getting something delicious for lunch or for dinner. It didn't matter what time of the day it was. Their food was amazing. Miss Mary was so nice. We'd walk in there, and she'd just know us. She says, "Sweet tea, Dr. Pepper." She knew exactly what we wanted to drink. And we'd go sit down, and we would just, have a good time. And like I said, Miss Mary was so nice. Sometimes I didn't even have to pay. I would help her with her computer problems, and she'd give me a free meal. I'm like, hey, okay, that works for me. But I don't know, the General Tso's chicken, that stuff is good. How do you say that? General Tso? General Chow? I don't know. Anyway, the General was delicious. And the egg foo young, chef's kiss. Some of my favorite foods. How about you? Well, we've heard from Kadeen Rice. Of course, she's from Jamaica, and she loves oxtail. And spicy with a Scotch bonnet pepper. Yeah. And then Richard Udy said he likes the shrimp fried rice. That's good stuff too, isn't it? There's just something about good food that makes you feel good. Did you know there's a psychosomatic response that you have to food? Yeah. You feel less anxious. You feel more relaxed when you're eating. You can use that to your advantage, by the way. I came across a few life hacks that really use this. So one thing is maybe your favorite gum. For me, growing up, it would have to be probably Bubblicious. The grape flavored. I wanted to swallow that stuff every time I was chewing on it because I just wanted to eat it. It was so good. Or maybe it was Hubba Bubba Bubble Tape. Remember that? Hubba Bubba Bubble Tape. Those commercials. Anyway, if you're feeling anxious or nervous, you can chew gum. It sounds weird, but it actually tricks your brain into thinking you're safe and calm because your body associates eating with being relaxed. Plus, it helps you focus and stay in the moment, which can really take the edge off in stressful situations. Another person says, I had a teacher in my nursing school who would pass out gum before our exams for this very reason. Another person says this, and I thought this was so creative. My freshman year of college, one of my professors told us to have snacks handy while we study for the same reason, in addition to giving our body and brains little treats for concentrating. Then a week before finals, he told us to write down our favorite study snack. And when we came in for our final, we all had our study snack sitting on our desk, ready to go for our test, which is great for me because I wrote down that I like to get to-go containers of queso, guac, and tortillas from this little Mexican restaurant in town. I had a warm tortilla and queso and cold, fresh guac waiting on me at my desk. My friend had IHOP pancakes sitting on her desk because this was back in the day when they had bottomless pancakes, and she'd just go sit at IHOP at 2 a.m. when it was dead and quiet and eat pancakes and study. Oh, by the way, they aced the final. I think I would too. You get me happy with some good food like that? Yeah, I'm pretty relaxed. It takes the edge off. So enjoy responsibly. I mean, if it's something that's high in calories, high in fat, who cares? You got something to do. It's going to take the edge off. Go ahead and eat it. It's okay. Calories don't count when stress is involved, right? Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now I'm hungry. It's so funny when it happens, but it's so confusing at the moment. It's when your little one is trying to remind you of something that happened. They're reminiscing. They're looking back on a memory, but they don't quite know how to really get it across to you. They'll remember what they remember, and they'll tell you that, right? But sometimes things just, it's confusing. I don't remember that at all. What are you talking about? Yeah, and then it clicks the more you ask and the more they talk. It's like, oh, you mean, oh, yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, but let's talk about that little bit of confusion right there in that communication. With a little help from a mom next. So stick around. You're going to love this, by the way. It's Casting Crowns and All Because of Mercy right now. But be back here in about 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and we'll talk about it a little bit more.
I could stand here and try to tell you I found my way here on my own, brought to life this heart of stone.
When your little one is so young, they still kind of mispronounce things. One of the things that me and my wife absolutely loved that our daughter said all the time when she was referring to that big box that kept things cold, it was the frigilator. That's right, a frigilator. And it was so cute. She doesn't say it anymore, though. She's growing up. She's 9. She'll be 10 coming up this December. My goodness, where does the time go, right? But when your little ones try to reminisce a little bit, because, by the way, they remember everything. That's one thing I've learned from Grace as well is, yeah, she holds all that in her memory banks, and she can pull it up at a whim. And she'll remind you of exactly where you were and what exactly happened. And it might take a minute, but you'll more than likely catch up to her speed, right? Well, that's exactly what's happening with this mom, Kate and her, 7-year-old daughter, because it involved something called a long feet. What is that? Well, I'll let Kate describe it all to you. This is so good. Here, take a listen to this.
My son and my 7-year-old daughter and I are in the car, and out of nowhere, my 7-year-old daughter says, "Hey, Mom, you know what always makes me think of long feet?" And I'm like, "What?" And she repeats herself. And my son and I look at each other because, like, what the heck is a long feet? So I ask a few clarifying questions, and she doesn't clarify anything. So finally, I'm like, "Okay, what makes you think of long feet?" And she says, "When it's a really sunny day and the wind is blowing, it makes me think of that day we were sitting by the side of the road and I wasn't wearing shoes." And now I'm even more confused because, like, I don't remember ever in this child's life sitting shoeless on the side of a road like a couple vagrants. So finally, I'm like, "Honey, what is a long feet?" And she laughs and says, "Mom, you know what a long feet is." And I'm like, I don't know. And she goes, "Mom, it's just like a short feet." Or, well, I guess they don't call them short feet. They just call them a regular one. And I'm like stifling a scream of frustration. And I'm like, "A regular what?" And she says, "A regular hot dog." And I'm like, "Are you okay?" I check her forehead to see if she's feverish and delirious. I look at her pupils to see if they're dilated. Like maybe she had a recent head injury I don't know about and she's losing it. And then it suddenly occurs to me that she means foot-long hot dogs. And she's talking about a time we went to this place called the Root Beer Stand, and they have picnic tables that are actually kind of by the side of a busy road. And the reason she didn't have shoes on is because we got all the way there, and I realized she didn't even bring shoes. So she had to wear mesh water shoes from the car. So anyway, it made me laugh. Have a good night.
I love that. So much fun. Oh, I was looking at the comments on this particular post, and I didn't think about this. So do you know what the plural for footlong is? Is it footlongs? No, this little girl she came up with a brand new term to pluralize footlongs. It's long feet. So she's Englishing pretty good, isn't she? I love that. Oh, you got to keep asking those questions, though, because if she had not asked that curious question, what is a long feet? That whole meaningful memory would not have been really shared, would it? So, yep, you got to ask the tough questions to get to the heart of the matter. But once you do, oh my, it's so worth it. I love stories like that. As long as I keep finding them, I'll keep bringing them your way. I hope that put a smile on your face, and I hope you're enjoying this amazing weather today. Hey, stick around. Coming up here in the next few minutes, we're going to have This Day in History, a chance for us to look back on yesteryear and take a look at some milestones and some movers and some shakers. You know how we do. Coming up at about 9:15. So stick around for that, and we'll have some more fun. Of course, we've got a little something from our good friend Brian Trent coming up at 9:30 as well. So I wonder what he has for us today. Stick around and find out. First, here's Rhett Walker with I Surrender, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show.
All these miles, all the pain, the million times I lost my way.
Well, good morning, and welcome to This Day in History, a chance for us to look back on yesteryear at the milestones that have been achieved and the movers and shakers who have gotten us this far, and celebrate them a little bit. On this day in 1741, Danish explorer Vitus J. Bering and his crew became the first Europeans to reach Alaska. The Bering Strait was named after him. On this day in 1833, with just 3 months before the election, U.S. President James Tyler withdraws his renomination candidacy. He became the first chief executive in U.S. history not to seek re-election. And here we are today. On this day in 1977, the U.S. spacecraft Voyager 2 was launched on the first mission to explore the outer planets on a grand tour before leaving the solar system. Wow, snapping some pictures and sending them back. Amazing what's out there, isn't it? Yep, and on this day, all the way back in 1911, the New York Times sent the first around-the-world telegram via commercial service. The message read, "This message sent around the world." That's it. And it traveled on 16 relays through the Azores, Bombay, the Philippine Islands, Guam, Honolulu, and San Francisco. It traveled more than 28,000 miles and took about 16 minutes to transmit. Made possible in part by the laying of the Atlantic Cable in 1866, it's sometimes considered an important event in the history of the development of the Internet because it demonstrated the power of electronic technology to convey information quickly, shrinking to mere seconds the time needed to communicate over great distances. Wow. Good stuff, right? How the World Wide Web was kind of, I don't know, thought about in the first place. It's a pretty cool idea, isn't it? So I believe, let me close the book first. I believe that you are making history right now, this very moment. Now, will your history be written in books? Maybe. Maybe it will. But I know that your history will be written on the hearts of all those around you that you impact every day. So let's make sure to make some good history today, shall we? Thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now, Chris Tomlin with Strongholds right here on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. We're going to talk about peanut butter very, very soon. Ooh, yes.
Coming down, fear is coming down, lies are coming down by the blood of the Lamb.
Mary is making me hungry this morning. She's talking with me on the text about peanut butter. That is one of my weaknesses. I absolutely love peanut butter. Oh my. It's good stuff. I even love peanuts. I actually will get those from Walmart. Yeah, they have the unsalted. And I like them. I crack them open. Oh, it's a good snack. It's good stuff. So we were talking about your favorite food. She said, yep, it's not a meal, but peanut butter is my favorite food. I said, by the spoonful, crunchy or smooth. She said, smooth by the spoonful. Also, any peanut butter ice cream. Oh yeah. Okay, so Mary, I would suggest that you try this. Okay, so at Dairy Queen right now, they have the Reese's Pieces Blizzard. It's a Reese's Pieces cookie dough blizzard, but you can ask for no cookie dough. I do because the cookie dough is just too much for me, right? And then I ask them to put peanut butter in the ice cream. So it's a double shot of peanut butter. Oh, if you've never had that, you are going to thank me. Oh, your taste buds are going to love you. I'm just telling you, it's delicious. Again, that's over at Dairy Queen. It is the Reese's Pieces Blizzard without the cookie dough, but with peanut butter added to the ice cream itself. Oh, so good. Okay, so anyway, I'm asking her more questions about her love of peanut butter as to like what brand she likes, that kind of thing. But she's got a little something to share with us. After Weather and Word of Life, she's involved in a ministry, a local ministry. That's right. They help provide food to anybody who needs it. I'm going to tell you how to take advantage of that. I'm going to tell you how to find those places to go and get some food today. Okay? And Mary, she's so good about reminding me of this on Tuesdays. So thank you, Mary, for reaching out. And stick around because right after your Weather and Word of Life, I'm going to tell you where you can get that food. And it's going to be some good food It's probably going to be a lot of food, by the way. They do a good job over there. Okay, stick around. Well, I need to pass along a little information to you now because we got some pretty amazing people right here in our community who are doing a good job of reaching out and helping those in need. St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantries. It's happening today, 2 locations. At Mary's House at St. William Catholic Church. That's from 4:30 till 5:30 today at 929 Gunner Avenue, right here in Gunnersville. And then from 5 to 6 at Chapel of the Holy Cross. That's at 1534 Whitesville Road in Albertville. So they love helping people in need at those places. And the only things you're going to need to bring are a picture ID to match with you and a bill with your current address. The address doesn't even have to be in the area. It just has to have your name, your address. It's just a couple things they require, and they're going to hook you up with some good stuff. Just want to make sure to get there early, okay? So again, that's at Mary's House at St. William Catholic Church here in Gunnersville. It's 929 Gunter Avenue at 4:30 to 5:30. And then from 5 until 6 at Chapel of the Holy Cross. That's 1534 Whitesville Road in Albertville. 2 locations to help people out wherever you are. Mary, thank you so much for reaching out and letting me know about this, reminding me. Oh, she said, by the way, her favorite peanut butter is Jif. You know, Jif is pretty good. I'm a Peter Pan kind of guy myself, so there's that. And Crunchy is good every now and then. Sorry, we're just picking up on that conversation about peanut butter. Oh, okay, so now that since we're talking about peanut butter, let me tell you a peanut butter recipe that changed my life, okay? My granny told me about this. Sorghum syrup or molasses, whatever you want to call it, mixed with a little peanut butter in a bowl, and then put between 2 slices of loaf bread. The thicker, the better, with a big glass of milk. Oh, it doesn't get any better than that. It's just amazing. That was like an amazing snack. Yeah, it stuck to your ribs. Let's say that. It was satisfying for a while. Here's Elevation Worship with Praise. Here I am talking about food again. I gotta stop. I've been following this guy now for a little over a year. His name is Brian Trent. He is from Hampton, South Carolina, where he pastors the Lighthouse Church. He and his family post amazing content all over the socials. If you want to find him for yourself, all you have to do is type in Trent Tribe, and you'll be glad that you did. But I love to share some of his stuff here on the show, the last half hour of the show, usually around 9:30 or so. And this morning has got a little something for us. And this, well, it might be just what you need to hear. Take a listen.
What if you're the missing link that someone in this world needs and you don't even know it yet? You see, it's Sunday morning as I share this, and my family and I are getting ready to go join our church family, which is one of the most exciting days of the week for us. We love our church family, but I also understand that there are people all across this world that don't share that feeling. And you won't be going today because you've experienced some hurt from a church family in the past. And you've probably said, I don't need that drama anymore. I don't need the church to be a Christian. And I don't need the church to go to heaven. And I'm not here to argue with you. And I'm not here to judge you because I have been where you are. But can I ask you one question? What if that church family, what if a church in your community is waiting and have been praying for the gift and the talent that God has given you? What if you are the missing link that they've been praying for? And what if your story, what if your testimony, what if the amount of grace that God has poured out on you is the very thing that will encourage somebody in that local congregation, perhaps somebody who's been walking through a dark valley for years, and your story of grace is the very thing that God uses to pull them out of that dark valley? You see, I'm not here to judge you, but I am letting you know I'm praying for you today. Pray that you'll be restored to that body, and that God will use you in a mighty way. Love you.
Oh, goodness, Brian Trent. You can find him across all the socials by typing in Trent Tribe. Yeah, I've been following him, like I said, for a little over a year now, and I'm always finding good stuff there. So we can keep coming back here around 9:30 every morning, and I'll keep playing his stuff as long as I can. Now, here's Francesca Battistelli with This Could Change Everything.
There's a fire inside, you can feel it burning. It's a neon light glowing like like a furnace.
Right now, it looks like these temperatures, well, they're slowly warming up. 76 degrees right now in Gunnersville. It's 78 over in Bluntsville. It's 78 over in Coleman. But it just so happens that in Scottsboro, they are, well, kissing that 80-degree mark. Finally made it there. Hey, I'm not complaining. This slow warm-up is nice. It feels amazing out there. Well, the time has come for me to bid you adieu, but before I do, I'd like to share with you an inspiring quote. In fact, some might say it's the most inspiring quote of the day. Today from William James, who said, "Act as if what you do makes a difference." It does. Sometimes we feel like what we're doing doesn't matter. Maybe you're stuck at what you see as a dead-end job, and it's like, hey, you know what? I'm not even going to try anymore. They don't respect me around here. They don't ever give me a raise. But no, that's not the kind of attitude to have. What does the Bible say? Work as if you're working unto the Lord. Why? Well, because He is going to reward you. You don't have to worry about that boss that's not appreciating you. You don't have to worry about those coworkers that don't respect you. You go in there, do the best you can, and God is going to reward you. Just a reminder for you. And yes, you are trying to make a difference in people's lives. Maybe you're part of a ministry. You have this thing you're passionate about. You're there for people. You're ready to listen. You're giving calm, sage advice, godly advice. But you just don't know if what you're doing has an impact. Can I just assure you real quick? It does. Follow the leading of the Holy Spirit, and what you do will make an impact. What you do will matter. It will. And what you're doing now, it matters. But we got to be careful with it, because what we do, well, it matters. It can matter in a good way, or it can matter in a bad way, depending on what you're up to. So let's always do a little inventory as to, hey, what am I doing? And why am I doing it? Because if we can find the motivation behind what we're doing, we can perfect it a little bit. We can tweak it just a little bit now and then and get it even better, so we can make a bigger impact. We can help even more people. So keep that in mind today, that what you're doing matters, even if you feel like you're underappreciated, even if you feel like you're invisible. You are not invisible. What you do matters. You are seen. You are loved. You're making a difference. So keep up the good work, okay? All right. And hey, we're always here for you here at the station. We so love hanging out with you. And hey, I'll be right back here tomorrow from 6 to 10 for another Lifeline Morning Show. I hope you'll come and join me. And by the way, if you heard something this morning you think somebody else needs to hear, or maybe that you need to hear again, you can catch it on the podcast at 10:30 this morning. I upload it to Spotify and to Apple Podcasts. Both places, all you have to do is go and type in Lifeline Morning Show podcast, and you'll find it right there. And if you would, do me a favor and just share it, because we're trying to build our audience. We're trying to share some love and make everybody's day just a little bit better. And I've seen growth, especially over on Spotify. It's been little growth, but it's been growth nonetheless. So I know what's happening is making a difference for sure, and it's reaching more people right there on that platform. Yeah. So if you could help me with that, I greatly appreciate it. Now, come back tomorrow, because 7 o'clock, of course, another car line competition. And yes, we are going to give away 8 water park passes. You heard me right. 8 water park passes to Alabama Adventure Splash Adventure. So be here tomorrow. Until then, have a great rest of your day.